I've heard about this so many times, but I've never personally seen it. But now I have. Little girl sitting in a car in a car seat with the windows down enough to reach in and open it. And nobody there, left her in the car. Good evening, everyone. Of course, it's Saturday, and I made my Dollar General run before the rain starts again. We've had quite a bit of rain, and they're calling for this afternoon tonight to be a lot worse than the biggest part of the storm to come through. But we got plenty of thunder and everything else last night and early this morning. And it's supposed to be coming back here in a little while. I went to the dollar store and thought, I made it to the dollar store and kind of got my blood pressure up a little bit. I pulled in and there's this little girl, 5 years old, sitting there in the back seat, windows rolled more than an arm length down to where you could put your arm in, and unlock the door and snatch her if you wanted to, or steal the car if you're one of them kind of people. With the little girl in the back seat. There was a lady coming out that was parked right beside it, and I told her, and she goes, "Good eye." I didn't even notice her. I said, "Yeah." I said, so I hauled around there, and I went on in the store, and I thought, I can't do this. I can't leave that little girl sitting out there. Nobody watching her. And I'm standing there at the door watching, and I'm looking around the store, and there's nobody looking out, anybody else looking out and checking on her. Somebody's in here shopping. Now, I expected it to be some young woman or young man. I never expected this. It was a grandma. And her excuse, we got onto her because the little girl was scared. The lady in the red car that was parked beside them, that I had told, I said, "There's a little girl sitting in that car by herself." I said, "I've heard about this, and I've seen stories about things happening, horrible things happening, but the first time I've ever seen it myself." And just the kind of girls, some of these nut cracks that you see on there that seem to want to kidnap little blonde girls, And I couldn't go do my shopping. I just couldn't do it. And I went back out, and the lady in the red car still sitting there, and she started talking to her because she was telling her, "It's okay. You don't have to be scared. We're not going. I'm going to stay right here, And I said, "Well, she's staying too." And me and this lady in the red car was talking, and we were talking to her and telling her she was okay, and we weren't gonna let nothing happen to her. And she smiled and said, "Okay, thanks." And the little girl's very talkative. Come to find out, the doors wasn't even locked. And Grandma come out, almost cried because she got caught. Said she never done nothing like this before, and blah blah blah. And I said, somebody steal the car, somebody just snatch her out of it. All these things could happen in a blink of an eye. As the amount of time it took me to notice she was sitting there is about how fast she could disappear. I know, I understand. And she told me a story about somebody trying to drag one of her kids out down here off of 95 when her kids were little, trying to drag them off into a car. And I'm like, "And you didn't learn your lesson then?" We give her a hard time, to the point that I thought she was going to cry. She acted like she was going to get choked up, all that. And I asked her, "How'd you like to be on the news? How would you like this to be on the news?" They won't never let me keep my grandkids again. Please don't do that, and that kind of stuff. And I said, and she said, my grandkids is all I've got. And I'm like, then treat them like they're all you got. Protect them. But I videoed the whole thing. But yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't enjoy getting on her, but at the same time, she needed somebody to get on her. And the lady in the red car was too. We were just basically telling her. One time years ago, in Wisconsin, I went in this parking lot at a shopping center, and up towards about 3/4 of the way, about a quarter of the way from the store, was a car fire in the parking lot there. And I asked somebody who was watching, I said, do you know what caused the fire and stuff? And somebody said, well, it was burning from underneath. And it was a newer car too. And it was a catalytic converter problem. But okay, so what? The car burns. But there was a kid in the car. The kid, fortunately, was okay, just smoke, and they had to take it to the hospital. But the kid was okay. But if somebody hadn't gotten to that kid in time and realized that kid was in that car and stood there and watched that car burn, that would have been terrible. But I didn't want Rock Spring to be on the news about some little girl, 5-year-old, disappeared out of a car at the Dollar General store. That's just something I didn't want to. I don't want to hear about it at all from any place. But I said, But she promised she'd never do it again and all this kind of stuff. I did get her plate number, and I am going to try to get in contact with the little girl's parents so that they'll know what's going on and understand it. I just went in to get some juice. Well, and I walked by and checked on her. No, she didn't. I went in the store and stood there. I even told the clerk in the store there, she wasn't even in line. There was nobody in vision of the windows. I said, I just can't go do my shopping with that little girl sitting there by herself like that. I can't do it. And so I went back out. I pushed my buggy off to the side and said, I had to go stand outside. And that's when I noticed the lady in the red car was talking to her from her driver's seat through the passenger window over to her. And I mean, the little girl, the windows were down that much. I mean, opening the door would have been no problem if they were locked. You just reach in, flip the button. But anyway, that's my rant. That's my story for today. I haven't done much. This right here, I'm just sitting here right now at the gas station. I'm gonna get me my drink for the weekend. Going back to the house, and I'll see you there. Y'all keep smiling. We have something to be happy about. Jesus loves us. Well, we've had a pretty rough thunderstorms go through already this morning, like I said, last night. And I say we probably got over an inch of rain. Probably an inch and a half or so, pretty quick. And then the rain would get to where it would come and it'd go away, and it'd come back again and go away, and it'd start again, go away. And the thunder and the lightning, and it was kicking pretty good out there. But they're saying, like I said, the worst is still to come tonight, this evening. That's what they're saying. Yeah. I don't know if I did the right thing or not by letting that go with that little girl. I pray everything. She'll never do that again. But we'll find. I'm torn about it. What do you think? Should I get in touch with the little girl's parents? I mean, I got a license plate number so I can find out who the parents of the little girl is. So, anyway, I got my groceries in the house. And I didn't get my 3 little bags of stuff. And some more Gatorade. Because I'll be out by Sunday evening. I don't know. I'm not making much videos, very good videos, I know, here lately. Much of anything to them at all. But that's just the way life is right now. Well, I want all my grandbabies and all my children to know I love them. And I'll see y'all later. It's good to see all of y'all still watching, still with me. God bless. Remember, Jesus loves you. I might go live, so watch for that. Like I said, Jesus loves you. So you got a reason to smile, so keep on doing it. God bless. Good night.